Good early AM, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast, and we have some breaking news. I'm T-Speaker 222 with the ISO headquarters. The ABA supports Fed's single-day migration to new message format concerned about lack of details. So everybody's talking about flip of the switch, which will happen, as I've said. It's just not ready yet until sometime in 2023. But it will be a single-day flip of the switch. It really will. And listen to what this says. We'll have a single-day switch of the flip, but it's not going to happen until at minimum November 2023, which leaves us 22 months to do what we've got to do. Stop listening to the FUD on YouTube. I'm going to give you the news that needs to be done, that needs to be seen, and that'll lead you on the right track. So ABA supports Fed single-day migration to new message format. Concerned about lack of detail. The American Bankers Association told the Federal Reserve on Monday that it supports a plan to migrate a new message format ISO 20022 on a single day. So this is confirming it, but said it has serious concern regarding the lack of detail about the plan. ABA requested that the Fed provide a detailed implementation plan as soon as possible to allow banks to develop their own internal teams and allocate resources. Specifically, the association asked for a technology roadmap that establishes a series of key dates and milestones related to the system requirements and testing procedures, with a launch date less than 24 months away. It is important that the industry progress through these milestones should be transparent to all participants, ABA said. And here's the important part. ABA, a single day switch should happen no earlier than November 2023, ABA told the Fed, adding that it should launch on the same day as the changes made at the private sector wire clearing service chips operating by the clearinghouse. You can write this in stone, ladies and gentlemen. November 2023, we are going to have all our orders in a fair, and it seems like a far way out, but it's only 22 months away. So this happens just moments before my 40th birthday in December 17th, 2023, if we're looking into the future. So it's going to be a hell of a 40th birthday party. Swift leaning, and then I want to read this and then I'm going to let you guys go. Swift leaning in hard on the future to ensure an inclusive global economy. In an increasingly interconnected world, customers demand instant and frictionless payments. After the blah, blah, blah pandemic hit, we saw very clearly the power of the digital world to keep us connected. We all went digital in a big way in our daily lives as we moved to remote working and turned to a whole range of apps to buy groceries, order takeout, and connect with family and friends. The pace of digitalization has accelerated greatly in every industry. A recent global survey of executives by McKinsey found that the blah, blah, blah pandemic escalated the digitalization of customer interactions by 3 years globally, and the financial industry has been no exception. Banks have massively accelerated the digital strategies as their customers have shifted to transacting online. At SWIFT's Society for World's Interbank Financial Telecommunications, recent SIBO's conference, a global financial services networking event organized by SWIFT, Noel Quinn, the chief executive officer of HSBC, said in his opening speech that the bank had brought to market digital services in a week that generally would take 3 or 4 months. It's opened people's eyes to see the art of the possible, he pointed out. And there's no going back. Customers' expectations have been sharply reset, and banks will need to relentlessly innovate at every touch point with their customers. Both customers and businesses to provide ever faster and better services to stay competitive, to facilitate that they need a safe, secure, and compliant back-end to support digital financial interactions instantly and without friction. That's where SWIFT, the world's leading provider of secure financial messaging services, comes in by providing the foundation that enables innovation in the financial community. SWIFT connects 4 billion accounts across more than 11,000 institutions in 200 countries to securely and confidently move value around the world. It is on its own transformation journey to support the banking community in moving all forms of value, from fiat currency to CBDC, central bank digital currencies, and crypto assets, and to leverage new settlement methods and features, such as banking as a service, BaaS, and buy now, pay later, BNPL. There's no doubt that we are at an inflection point in financial services, challenging companies to stretch themselves to discover new ways of doing what they do better. Each company is an integral part of the journey. This article will focus on some of the recent strides SWIFT has made to fulfill its unique role to assist financial institutions in providing the instant and frictionless transaction that customers demand today. The new API-enabled transaction management platform enables financial institutions to expand In September 2020, SWIFT announced a strategy to facilitate instant frictionless cross-border transactions anywhere in the world. At the core of this vision is a new API-enabled transactions management platform that leverages the benefits of rich ISO 20022 International Organization for Standardization 20022 data. The platform will provide comprehensive transaction management service and pave the way for financial institutions, independently or collaboratively with others, to innovatively create new services to support their business growth. Through this platform, financial institutions will be able to greatly expand their offerings to businesses and consumers, enhancing the end customer experience. In securities, financial institutions should benefit from improved reconciliation, reporting, and asset servicing processes, as well as end-to-end visibility of transactions to reduce settlement fails and fines. The platform will orchestrate interactions between financial institutions and other participants to minimize friction, optimize speed, and provide complete transparency and predictability from one account to another, virtually anywhere in the world. SWIFT GPI has improved cross-border payments. SWIFT has a strong track record in transforming at pace with the market. SWIFT GPI 3, for instance, was developed in response to the industry's need for speed, traceability, and transparency, providing the ability to process cross-border payments in a matter of seconds at competitive prices with end-to-end tracking for maximum visibility. SWIFT GPIs dramatically improve cross-border payments across the correspondent banking network, and almost 80% of cross-border traffic sent using SWIFT is done using SWIFT GPI. Payments made through SWIFT GPI travel along nearly 2,900 country corridors, supporting international trade and capital flows between 209 countries. On average, more than 57% of SWIFT GPI payments are credited to end beneficiaries within 30 minutes and almost 100% within 24 hours. SWIFT payments form the bedrock of SWIFT's strategy, and its enhanced platform will build upon the high-speed rail of SWIFT GPI. Payment pre-validation service and SWIFT Go make transactions safer and faster. Over the past year, SWIFT has made great progress building on its strong foundation to bring to life its strategy for instant and frictionless transactions. For payments to be made as fast as possible, the right data is needed, and it must be right the first time. The best way to achieve this is to validate data at the point of creation. Many of the errors that impact the smooth payment flow from debtor to creditor results from simple errors such as incorrect beneficiary name or account number. For example, SWIFT has introduced a suite of pre-validation services to ensure that the data captured is valid and correct. In July 2021, it announced the launch of its payment pre-validation service. This enables originating banks to check payment details, including the eligibility of beneficiary accounts, before submitting a transaction for processing, removing a key point of friction in cross-border transactions. SWIFT developed the service in close cooperation with financial institutions, with major global banks such as HSBC and Wells Fargo committing to the service from its launch. SWIFT has also launched SWIFT Go, a new service targeting consumer and SME, small and medium-sized enterprise payments, emphasizing upfront fee transparency, fast settlement. SWIFT Go seeks to build on the high-speed rails of SWIFT GPI and further strengthen the capabilities of banks to serve their customers in the high-growth small business and consumer payment segments. Using tighter service-level agreements between institutions and pre-validation of the data, SWIFT Go enables banks to provide consumers with fast and predictable payments experience with upfront visibility on processing time and cost. The rapid take-up of service has been incredible. Only 3 months after the service launched, more than 100 banks signed up, with 10 already live. Other initiatives have greatly improved transactions processing. Linking market infrastructures and financial institutions is another fundamental pillar to enabling instant and frictionless transactions around the world, and one of the key building blocks of the Committee on Payments and Market Infrastructures. CPMI's global roadmap on enhancing cross-border payments as a neutral party with a worldwide reach that works with players from across the financial ecosystem. SWIFT is uniquely placed to support market infrastructure interlinking. In October, it announced a proof of concept between EBA Clearing SWIFT and the clearinghouse TCH and 7 participating banks, demonstrating the feasibility of synchronizing settlements across existing instant payment systems. SWIFT is also exploring how it can support the future of money in all its forms. As a key example of this, it has undertaken a deeper dive into central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, to look at potential roles it could play in orchestrating CBDC payments in an international setting. SWIFT's recent payment on CBDCs, published in collaboration with Accenture, found that interoperability between different payment systems is the key to success. Here, SWIFT's transaction management vision can play a role. as a fundamental premise of the platform is that it enables interoperability between different standards, channels, protocols across currencies while embedding adjacent value-adding services. Swift maintaining its relentless focus on resilience and security, which are even more critical as the digitalization increases, is in a strong position to enable financial industry to be successful in the future and continue to seek new avenues to raise the bar. The Customer Security Program CSP attacks across the institutional financial services ecosystem. Advanced cyber security hygiene, though, through the provision of security controls and minimize the impact of fraudulent transactions that has a proven track record of effectiveness against cyber attacks targeted towards Swift customers. Conclusion: this is what it means to innovate responsibly, to lean in hard on the future while maintaining due care on the operational excellence that is fundamental in our industry. The revolution in cross-border payments is accelerating, and the need for instant and frictionless transactions from one account to another anywhere in the world is greater than ever. Swift and its community partners cooperatively deliver this together, powering a more inclusive global economy that works better for everyone. So I thought those were fascinating. Make sure to hit that like button, turn that bell notification on, and consider joining the channel if you're new or returning. We just went over 610 subscribers.